Mr. Pick Six, Deuce here. Salute to y'all tuning in to the art of the interception, where we're changing the world one episode at a time. Let's talk about it. Great. What is the definition of great? Greatness. To be great. Great is doing things that are considerably above the average or normal. Considerably above the average or doing things that are unnormal. What it takes to be great. Now, we all are fans. We all have our favorite players and people we love and people we're biased about. You know, but that can't make them a great player, or we can't put them to the top of the polls just because they're our favorite players. It doesn't work like that. What is our favorite players doing that is different than the other players that are putting up average numbers? What is he doing considerably above the average or above the normal to make himself to be great? Him, her, whatever the athlete is. So you can't just throw around this word of great and everybody just can't be great. Awards don't make you great. Accolades don't make you great. Most of these things are popularity contests. So for us not to be blind, we got to look at the truth, the numbers. Men lie, women lie. But we have to look at the numbers to see the truth, because sometimes we can get blind by the things that we see all the time, which is the media, the TV, and so on and so forth. So we got to stick to the script. You know, we bringing this back. We're not going to disrespect the greats and just put everybody up there with the greats. No, you're going to earn your greatness like everybody else had to earn their greatness. That's how we come in over here. Now, obviously, I played cornerback, Mr. Pick Six. So we're going to define what a great season is for a cornerback. What is a great season for a cornerback? And the magic number coming to my head is 10. But obviously, I feel like 10 is it's pretty hard. It's one of those things it might make it too hard to accomplish. So I come down to 8. So I come up with the number 8. 8 interceptions, 15 pass breakups, and less than 400 yards receiving. If we could accomplish that, I think that can be considered a great season. But here, we're here to learn together, so we got to talk about it. Y'all tell me what y'all think is considered a great season. Remember, it can't be average. It has to be considerably above the normal, right? So 8 interceptions, 15 pass breakups, and giving up less than 400 yards. This is still to be talked about and debated, and we're going to figure that out. So we just defined great season, what it takes to have a great season in the NFL. Now, my last podcast that I did, previously talked about Jalen Ramsey. And if you felt any way about anything, brother, you should have took it as a chip on your shoulder that I'm going to go show this dude, Mr. Pick Six, Asante Samuel, that I'm great and I'm built with nothing but greatness in me, and I'm going to put together a great season. You have the potential to be great. You are one of the most talented corners in the NFL. See, when we come into the NFL, they rate us as a potential, how much potential we have to be great. And that's how you get drafted in the first, second, third round. If you have a potential to be a Pro Bowler, a first team All-Pro, your first round pick easily. Top 10, top 20 pick. And that's how it goes. But at the end of the day, we have to go show that greatness. We have to go put that potential into play and show that we're great. Until then, we're just players with potential that are doing the things that everybody else is doing. So we got to separate ourselves to show our greatness. I want to talk about last year and who was the best cornerback in the NFL. Let's go over some stats. I got Trayvon Diggs. Last year, he gave up 55 receptions for 1,016 yards. He had 11 interceptions, 9 pass breakups, with a 71.7 quarterback rating when targeted. J.C. Jackson, he gave up 50 receptions for 635 yards. He had 8 interceptions and 12 pass breakups, with a 47.8 quarterback rating. Jalen Ramsey, he gave up 59 receptions, 595 yards allowed. He had 4 interceptions with 12 pass breakups. When targeted, he had a 74.4 quarterback rating. Darius Big Play Slay, 44 receptions. This is what he gave up. 44 receptions for 458 yards. He had 3 interceptions, 4 pass breakups, and a quarterback rating of 76.1 when targeted. So with that being said, I think J.C. Jackson was easily the best cornerback last year. Hands down. He's doing things considerably above the norm or above the average. He's doing things that people didn't do last year. So by far, he has to be the best cornerback last year. Now, as we talk about great, like I said before, there are exceptions to great sometimes. Now, like I put it out there, I say 8 picks, 8 interceptions, 15 pass breakups, and giving up less than 400 yards. I say that's a great season. But like I say, there are exceptions to great sometimes. Now, here go a couple of exceptions. We got Charles Peanut Tillman. If y'all don't remember Charles Tillman, 2012, his 2012 year was one of the best seasons. When he would tackle you, you knew he was punching that ball out. He forced so many fumbles punching the ball out, it was unmatched. Nobody else in the cornerback in the NFL was doing it, especially cornerbacks. I mean, he created so many turnovers and forced so many fumbles. And it wasn't just by interceptions, the way he was forcing turnovers, obviously, like I said. So I think that's an exception to the rule. Is why he was great and how he established his greatness. Peanut Tillman. Now another exception to the rule. Darrelle Revis. Darrelle Revis' 2009 year was lights out, let me tell you. He had 6 interceptions, 31 pass breakups. He gave up 41 receptions for 425 yards with 32.3 quarterback rating when targeted. Now, I say that's pretty good. He's a couple away from 8, but he has 31 pass breakups. So that means you really are locking down your man because when they throw it over there, I'm touching the ball. Now I'm locking down my man and I ain't touched the ball. I don't got no pass breakups. That don't mean that's lockdown. We can't get confused. So what does it take to be great, baby? It takes learning how to separate yourself. What are you going to do different than all the other players that are doing things that are average? What are you going to do considerably different or considerably above the norm? So we're here talking about greatness, what it takes to be great. Now, Champ Bailey, I previously spoke about Champ. You know, we all give Champ his flowers. He was a great player, did great things, you know, got a lot of notoriety. He was a first-round pick. All those things of what we're talking about here and we're discussing today. So I want to go over Champ. I want to talk about a couple of years from Champ. In his 2003 year, he had 2 interceptions and he made All-Pro. His 2004 year, he had 3 interceptions and he made All-Pro. His 2007 and 2012 year, he had 2 and 3 interceptions, and he was an All-Pro. So I want to know what is the difference that it takes, because I'm out here getting 7 interceptions and 6, and I'm not making All-Pro. And there's other players out here getting 6 and 7 interceptions. J.C. Jackson's getting cheated out of, accolades and awards. So we got to correct those things. Not just because a guy is a superstar and he gets talked about the most that he's going to get notoriety. It shouldn't be like that. Enough is enough. Stop dissing players and disrespecting players and give them what they deserve when it's time for them to get what they deserve. We all in this together. May the best man win. Mr. Pick Six here. The art of the interception. I'm your host. That's going to say what needs to be said. Salute. We out.